Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, Winchua. Today we are playing Case 54, The Poison Truth of Greensboro. So yeah guys, let's just get into this. I hope you guys enjoy. Well, a certain Rosie Gatewood just phoned. She's this famous historical writer and she wants to speak to you personally. Rosie didn't explain why. She only said it was a matter of life and death. Come on, Will, she's waiting for us at the Pilgrim Museum. I'm glad you could come on such notice, Inspector Will. I fear that my life is in danger. I've been doing research for my latest book on the Pilgrim Pass of Greensboro, and I discovered a dark secret which could cost me my life. A dark secret? What is it? It's something that happened in the Pilgrim Village back in 1645. You see there. Oh. What? Oh my goodness, Rosie. What is that? Inspector Will, the secret. White Acres. White Acres. No, she's dead, Will. The killer must still be there. Quick, let's canvass the scene. Dang it, Will. The killer must have made a speedy escape before Rosie even hit the ground, Will. Rosie said she was fearing for her life because of a dark secret she discovered about the Pilgrim Village. And her last words were White Acres. I have no idea what she meant, but we better remember them. You're right, Will. For now, let's send her body over to autopsy. Hopefully Nathan will help us solve this mystery. Good point. We can't leave anything to chance, so let's prepare that broken painting. I agree, this faded document looks interesting. I trust you to recover the missing text in no time. And of course, well, we should take a look at the surveillance station since it contains the footage from the surveillance cameras. Congratulations, Will. You restored that painting in no time. It's a beautiful depiction of the Pilgrim Village from 1645. Oh my goodness, you're right. The painting is named White Acres. Acres. These were our victim's last words. Rosie told us she uncovered a dark secret about the Pilgrim Village and she wanted us to pay attention to the paintings. It seems that to solve her murder, we have to delve into the past of the Pilgrim Village as it was 400 years ago, Will. You're right, we explored the past twice before thanks to Herman and Anaki's stories, so we know it can be done. Don't say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Look at the painting, we'll just be listening to one of those stories. I mean, this painting is so incredibly detailed, I can already imagine we're already in the Pilgrim Village in 1645. So what do you say? Well, we experienced the past through stories before, what about we now experience it through our painting? The surveillance terminal is a mess. Someone tore the electrical components to pieces. Let's hope there's still some useful inside. So can you have a look at it, Will? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get this thing done as fast as I can, because I am so tired. Great job, Will. You activated a hard disk drive from the museum surveillance camera terminal. Unfortunately, this one looks compromised. There's a huge gash on it. Let's hope Alice can do something with it. Great job as always, Will. And so this file is a restraining order. And there's our victim's name on it. She filed that restraining order against a certain Chantal Lemuson. Right, Will, a restraining order is no small thing. We need to talk to this Chantal Lemuson. Are you Chantal Lemuson? Yes, it is me. I can see you're admiring my pilgrim costume. It's my way of paying homage to Greensboro's past, you see. Oh, it's a costume. Thank goodness for that. Anyway, Mrs. Lemuson, it appears Mrs. Rosie Gatewood has filed a restraining order against you. The problem is she's been murdered. She had it coming. I warned her not to write her filthy book, but she wouldn't listen. How did you warn her exactly? Restraining order is a serious thing. She must have felt really threatened by you. I only tried to make her listen to reason. She was going to sully the noble history of the pilgrims with her book, and for what? Just make money. She didn't care about the facts, and when I went to talk to her about her research, she wouldn't listen to my advice at all. And look where that got her. You're right, Will. Greensboro's past seems like a touchy subject around here, and Chantal didn't seem surprised that it cost Rosie her life. Our victim was researching the Pilgrim's Village past when she died, so we should investigate it too, Will. This painting depicts the Pilgrim Village as it was 4 centuries ago. If you ask me, it's even more detailed than listen to a story. Thanks to the painting and with a little imagination, we'll be able to picture ourselves back in that village in 1645. Wait a second, I got a surprise for you. Just close your eyes. What the What do you think, Will? I thought if I dressed the part, it would help us believe we were in the Pilgrim Village. It says we're in a museum surrounded by ancient Pilgrim artifacts. If you notice any interesting objects in the painting, make a note of it. Now we're ready to let our minds wander to the Pilgrim Village of yesteryear. Just look at the painting, Will. The stone on the ground, those stones, yeah. Come on, Will, let's explore Pilgrim life. Freezing cold. What an experience. And that torn tapestry and cryptics that caught your attention to Pilgrim Village are right here in the museum. I'm curious to see what this 400-year-old torn tapestry really looks like. Do you think you could put it back together, Will? I see you're dying to use your genius decoding skills on this cryptic from 1645. Every time I see an ad in this game, I'm like, nope. I'm already like refreshing the game, because it's either goes one way where I wait for the ad to finish only to realize that the audio of the game is broken, so I have to refresh it, or I can just refresh it as soon as the ad pops up and not risk it. Long story short, refreshing the app as soon as an ad pops up is faster because than going through the ad and then having to refresh it afterwards, because it's a 50-50. Amazing job as always, Will. That 400-year-old from the tapestry from the Pilgrim Village was in fact an embroidered crest. And you're right, we've seen this crest before, but where? What an amazing memory you have, Will. This is the crest Ashton Cooper had on his jacket when he met him during the Stuart Huckabee investigation. You're right, this crest proves Ashton's family was present in the Pilgrim Village. We should go talk to him. Oh, come on. You did it, Will. You found the exact code to open that 400-year-old cryptic, so what's inside it? Wait, how did this USB key end up in a 4-year-old cryptic? And there's the victim's name on it. Right, well, we should send this mystery to Alex. Ashton, right before Rosie Gatewood died, she told Inspector Wood to investigate a painting of the Pilgrim Village called White Acres. Truly fascinating, but what does this have to do with me? Because when investigating the painting, Inspector Wood discovered your family's crest hidden in it. I personally hate that painting. It depicts the winter the pilgrim Gert D. Hahn became the leader of the village. But really, he's the biggest fraud in the history of Greensboro. Rosie got murdered because she was digging up the pilgrim's past. Can you tell us more about D. Hahn's story? It's more of a silly legend, really. It was in 1645 and the Pilgrim Village has been found without a leader for months. The villagers couldn't decide who to name as their new chief. In those harsh times, people relied on the authority figures to tell them what to do. They were losing hope until one day a miracle happened. Pilgrim Village, 1645. People gather up. Look what I found. I lost in the woods a boy, a newborn baby. Let everyone be a witness to this miracle. God has sent us this child to guide us through the darkness. For months we have been like sheep without a shepherd, but no more. God has sent me this child so I could look after him, and likewise I will look after you. Let me be your leader, and with God's guidance I will make this village thrive. And so the story goes that God chose Gert D. Hahn as the leader of the pilgrims by sending him this baby. All of it's preposterous, of course, a baby sent by God. If you ask me, Gert D. Hahn was just an opportunist who tricked people into naming him their leader. But my family turned that tiny village into a city. We put Greensboro on the map, and we didn't need a miracle to do it. I think the pilgrim story about Gert D. Hahn could be linked to our murder's victim? murders victim's murder. Get it together. We do know Rosie got killed because she was digging up stuff about the Pilgrims someone didn't want her to uncover. Interested people who don't want the Pilgrim past Doug Ashton as a prime suspect. I tried to analyze the hard drive from the crime scene's camera surveillance terminal, but I couldn't retrieve any data from it. Darn it, the killer really covered the tracks well this time. Actually, not that well. You see the gash running across the hard drive? Nathan helped me analyze the movement, angle, and thickness of the gash. And that gash was made with a fencing sword. So our killer practices fencing. Let the duel begin. The victim obviously hid this USB key inside the descriptor for safekeeping. The key contains a copy of Rosie's last will and testament. The will states that all her money should go to Jenny Quaid, a woman who was Rosie's ghostwriter. Wait a second, Rosie's books were actually written by this Jenny Quaid? You're right, Will. Now that this Jenny has inherited all of Rosie's fortune, we should go talk to her. Miss Quaid, Rosie's gateway's dead, and Inspector Wills discovered that you will be inheriting all her money. What? She left me all her money? I never thought she had such consideration for me. You sound more surprised about the money Rosie Gateway left you than about her death. Please, for 9 years I've been slaving away for her, helping her write her books, without getting any of the fame or money. You say she was murdered? Well, I can't say I'm sad. All she had were good looks. I had the talent and she stole that from me. I autopsy the body can confirm that your victim died due to a poison blow dart to the neck. The killer wanted to make sure the victim would die instantly. Before she could have a chance to talk, the poison from the blow dart funneled her from her throat to her heart, which stopped beating almost immediately. For a poison to kill so quickly, it must have been highly sophisticated. It was a mix of several plant compounds, and only someone well versed in botanics could have created this poisonous dart with the plants at hand. Which means our killer is a plant expert. Good job, Nathan. Later at the station. Phew, Will, what a case. Our victim was just about to tell us the dark secret she uncovered about the Pilgrims, when she got killed right in front of our eyes. Who knew writing books could be so dangerous? Inspector Will, there you are. Our little talk about Rosie's death got me thinking. So I looked through all the files Rosie gave me for the book, and I found this map. Huh. This just seems to be a map of the Pilgrim Museum, Jenny. Trust me, Rosie said the map was the key to the story of the Gerd Dihan, but some of it faded. Don't worry, Jenny. Inspector Will recover the faded part of the map in no time. Good job, Will. You managed to fix the map that you used to belong to our victim. So you discovered why Rosie thought this map held the key to solving the dark secret about the Pilgrim Village? Oh my goodness, you're right. The lower part of the map shows a cave right underneath the museum, and it's written Dihan Secret Lair. So Gerd Dihan had a secret cave that no one knew about, but what did Rosie find down there that cost her her life? This is getting really exciting, Will. Reminds me of treasure hunting when I was a kid. Let's go find the entrance to that secret cave. Rosie Gateway may have been killed for the secret she had uncovered, but thanks to your skills, they won't stay secret for long, Will. Everything points to her being killed because of something she had uncovered about the glorious Gerd Dihan. The legend says he was sent a child from God and became the Pilgrim's leader, but apparently there's more to it. And according to this map our victim drew, this is the entrance of Gerd Dihan's secret cave. Whatever the truth really is, this place is hiding the secrets which got Rosie Gatewood killed, so we need to check it out. As if this key wasn't enough scary already. You had to go and find a skeleton, Will. You're right, we know this is Gerd Dihan's secret lair, so the skeleton might have something to do with his story. Good point. We'll only know once we've identified it, and I see you're already holding the skull. Would you mind collecting a hair sample? And now for something less scary, do you think you could restore this torn card you found? And this tin box has poison written on it, and it's filled with poisonous plants and stuff. You're right, Will. Given our killer has a knack for crafting poison, this tin box must belong to them. Yeah. Great, you got this from here from the skull of that creepy skeleton. Let's hand it over to Grace for analysis. Very well, this tin box I found is full of poison vials and blow dose, just like the one which was used to kill our victim. Which means this bunch of collectible cards we found inside the tin box might belong to our killer. These cards look just like the baseball and wrestling cards I used to collect when I was a kid, except these cards feature Tess Goodwin, Tony Marconi, and of course, Kingpin himself, Alden Green. Oh my goodness, well, this trading card collection is rogue gallery of all the killers we have arrested, specifically the main ones. Are these really killer collectible cards? Maybe I'll send them over to Alex. Card just restored is from the Gert Dehan Appreciation Society. Wow, this guy is even more popular than we thought. And look at the name on the card. Chantel Lumenson must be one of his fans. Well, she does seem awfully fond of anything to do with the Pilgrims and very protective too. She did threaten our victim not to write about the past. And now we're pretty certain that Rosie was killed because of what she was going to write on Gert Dehan. You think it's possible Chantel killed Rosie to protect Dehan's image? I agree, Will. We need to go talk to her. Chantel, Inspector Will found your Gert Dehan Appreciation Society member card. We didn't know you were such a huge fan of his. I'm Gert's #1 fan. You should join the club too. We practice fencing and study plans, which were his favorite activities. Also wish Ashton Cooper would join our club. He's amazing at fencing, but the jerk just hates Gert too much. The sad thing is, he refuses to admit he's wrong about the man, no matter what I tell him. Is that why you were so angry with Rosie? She didn't appreciate Dehan's legacy enough for you? She was so unpatriotic. Rosie tried her hardest to dig up dirt on Gert just so she could sell her stinking book. But as much as I thought about it, I didn't kill her. That wouldn't have been the Gert thing to do. Chantel seems super obsessed with the Pilgrim's past. She snaps as soon as someone says something bad about it. You're right, we're still missing a full picture on what really happened in that Pilgrim village back in 1642. Wow, well, I still can't believe how realistic this Pilgrim village felt. So that 400-year-old torn pattern from the village caught your attention, Will. And it's right here in the Pilgrim Museum. It's been 4 centuries since anyone's seen what this torn pattern really looks like. Could you remedy that, Will? You took this 400-year-old torn pattern from the Pilgrim village and turned it back into the Crimson Order symbol, so these guys were present in the Pilgrim village too. Do you think there's a link between the Crimson Order and the murder we're investigating, Will? You're right, it's highly possible that Rosie discovered a secret about the Crimson Order and was going to write about it. Let's go and talk to Jenny. She's the one who wrote most of our victims' books, after all. Miss Quiet, Inspector Will discovered there was a hidden Crimson Order symbol in the Pilgrim Village painting, White Acres. Well, of course there is. The Crimson Order has always been here. How do you think Grimsborough's dark secrets have remained hidden for so long? Rosie thought the Crimson Order's involvement in the city's history would make for a fascinating book, no matter the danger. She should have learned fencing like me in order to defend herself. She's always been lazy. If you knew how dangerous the Crimson Order was, why didn't you warn her? I'm just a ghostwriter. Rosie always made it clear that I should never talk, just listen. Who knew it would cost her her life? Well, it goes without saying that Jenny Quad still holds a strong grudge against our victim. I agree, Will. It feels like we're getting close, Will. Close to the Crimson Order. I had a look at the collectible cards you found in that tin box from the secret cave. And they're killer cards. They're just like collectible sports cards, but with the murderers of Greensboro. Gruesome. At least now there's no doubt that these cards belong to our killer. They're exactly what a twisted mind would look like. Not only them, these cards were invented by a certain Baxter Trask, who made quite a fortune selling them around town. I agree with you, Will. Talking to this Baxter Trask could help us draw up our killer's profile a bit more precisely. Ah, see, you have some of my killer cards, Inspector Will. And I bet you came here because you want a super rare shiny card. Actually, we're investigating the murder of Rosie Gatewood, and we know her killer collects her cards. There's a real killer collecting my cards. What an honor. I need everyone to like my killer cards, but this beats everything. You should be ashamed. You're teaching people how to be murderers with these cards, and you're turning killing into a game. Don't blame me, I used to print sports trading cards before. My thing was fencing, but there's no money in that, so I decided to change. And my cards give historical and psychological context to every murder that happened in Greensboro. It's part of our history too. Honestly, you can't blame the killer you're hunting for liking them. A lot of people do. Thanks to the hero sample you bought me, I can assess the skeleton you found in the cave is the one of Harriet Gatewood, who was murdered 400 years ago. Harriet Gatewood, as in an ancestor of Rosie Gatewood, our victim, and you say she was murdered? You're right, Will. That would explain why Rosie was so interested in that cave. She knew her ancestor was lying there. That's not all. Harriet Gatewood's DNA also matches with a certain Kirk DeHaan. He's alive and living right here in Greensboro. What the? Kirk DeHaan? As in Gert DeHaan? But how could Kirk DeHaan have family connections with Harriet Gatewood? Anyway. Well, you surely remember Gert DeHaan's Miracle Boy legend. Your victim had an interesting theory about that. The manuscript of her next book has leaked on the internet, and it goes like this. Pilgrim's Village, 1642. Listen to me, Gert. This child I'm expecting is yours. You cannot run away from me. Silence, woman. What should I tell the people of the village? That I'm pregnant with a prostitute. I'm a reverend. Do you think I should be the only one to shoulder this burden? This is your baby, too. Why, Harriet? Why would the Lord put us through such trials? You need to run away. You need to hide away from the village and give birth to our child far from here. Do you remember the secret cave we used to go to together last summer? You'll be safe there. I suppose you're right. I will go and hide there, and I will pray to the Lord so maybe he can hear our plight. There goes Rosie Gateway's story about that baby. What do you think, Will? Well, Gert DeHaan having a child with her prostitute sounds more likely than him finding a baby in a forest as a gift from God. In the end, Harriet Gatewood was completely forgotten from history. No wonder Rosie was so keen on restoring her name. And so, according to the DNA you analyzed, one of the descendants of this baby is this Mr. Kirk DeHaan. Alright, well, we should go ask this Kirk DeHaan a few questions. Mr. DeHaan, our investigation on Rosie Gateway's murder led us to Harriet Gatewood, her ancestor, killed 400 years ago. And according to our intel, you two share the same DNA, which means you have family connections with our victim. I should sue you for slander. My ancestor is none other than the miraculous boy sent to Gert DeHaan from God. DNA sorcery anyway. Botany is the only science the Lord would approve, if you ask me. Huh? Everybody knows Harriet Gatewood was a sinner. The day she disappeared, the village just thought that the devil had finally come to claim her as his bride. That is the truth, and I will challenge anyone who pretends differently to a fencing match, just so they can see who's right. Was Rosie murdered because of what she wanted to tell her readers about Gert DeHaan's illegitimate child? Or was it because she also dug up the Christian Order's secret presence in the Pilgrim Village? Inspector Will, there you are. You never believe it. I just bought some new killer cards, and guess what I found? A secret card solving the murder of Rosie Gatewood. What do you mean, solving her murder? Well, this card features a Christian Order member as the killer of Rosie Gatewood. Look. See, even the murderer weapon is the correct one. What? Some slander. Anyway, guys, that will be it for chapters 1 and 2 of Case 54, The Poison Truth. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Get out.